All right, man, I'm back. I don't know if that was them or me. I don't know if it was them or me. But as usual, when they kick me off, we'll just call this part two. Could have been me. I don't know. Maybe I got a bad connection. Maybe I lost my. Maybe I lost my sauce. But my first thought, anytime we get a bad have connection problems, my first thought is gonna always be, it's them. It's them. The conspiracy theorists in me. But it's kind of jacked up because I was in a pretty good rhythm of what I was saying. And I don't really like to repeat the same stuff over and over again. But I was talking about gratitude. I was talking about being thankful and being grateful for to God about blessing us, blessing me with another day, and cherishing every moment in between that. That was the main thing what I was going to, man. Don't get so caught up on the day, on the actual day itself, because you got to go through so much stuff to get to that day. And when January the 1st struck this year, this 2023, we in September now. Now be grateful, man. Be thankful for every second, because the moments that lead up to the day are the toughest ones. They can be the most stressful ones. So when you get to the day, that's when you pour it out like, thank you, God. Let me see it. Thank you. And then you got to ask yourself, well, man, why am I able to see it? What is it that I need to be doing? And you always, when you give your thanks and you show your gratitude to the Creator for blessing you with another trip around the sun, try to stay focused and ask yourself the questions: how can I be better? What can I do to be better in this next cycle than I was in the previous cycle? Because every day, every month, every year that we are blessed to be here, we should always be mindful of how we can improve as a person, period. You have dips, peaks and valleys, you have little setbacks, but you want to be able to look back at the previous 365, 64 days, whatever those are the past to the last birthday. And you want to ask yourself, was I better this stretch than I was the last stretch? And hopefully we can honestly answer that question by saying, yeah, you know what? I was a little better this past year than I was the previous one. Might not have been by much. You just want to win. No matter if you win the game by 1 point or by 50 points, it counts as a win. So you want to be better, but the key to being able to assess to do your yearly assessment on yourself and be able to say I was better in the past year, the key to being able to do that is to focus and try your best to work on being better every day. If there are things that you know personally are defects or flaws that you have, stuff that you can honestly admit to. Because that's the problem that a lot of us have. We either don't think we have any flaw, we think we perfect, we think everybody else crazy and ain't nothing wrong with us, or we know our flaws, we know our shortcomings, but there's a spirit in us and an ego in us that won't allow us to have the humility enough to just say, hey man, yeah, I got to work on it, I got to get better. But if that's not your issue, and you know it, man, I really need, see, that's what happens on New Year's when everybody makes up the New Year's resolutions and man, I'm gonna stop smoking, man. I'm gonna lose this weight. I'm gonna whatever it is, that's the same thing. But it's something we should focus on every day. So I'm thankful to Allah for blessing me. I bet y'all don't know how old I am. Y'all know how old I am. Y'all know. But I'm thankful to Allah for blessing me because I didn't create myself. I had no hand in it. I had no say in the matter. I wasn't somewhere saying, man, what's taking my mom and daddy so long, man? I had no say in the matter. Just like you had no say in the matter. You did not exist. So if I didn't exist and you didn't exist, and even if you were not planned on, they didn't plan on you being here, God knew that you was coming. Knew you was coming before your mom and your daddy knew that you was coming. Mom and daddy might not even expected you to come, wanted you to come. But if you're here, you got a purpose. So you max out to the best of your ability, man. So gratitude is a topic. The topic ain't about my birthday. Even though I appreciate y'all being here late night. That's why I came on at midnight. A little bit after. Topic is about the reminder and the remembrance of how good that God has been to us, whether you want to accept it or not. Okay, let me see how many. Only one person got my age right. Only one person got my age right. And that would be Animanarchy. I see you, man. KS trying to make me be 55. We'll cross that road when we get there, inshallah. But I know sometimes, man, we get in this mode where we don't feel like we got a lot to be grateful for. That comes from us not understanding the blessings we've already received. And it comes from us not understanding the blessings that we subconsciously that we take for granted. That breath, that breathe in and breathe out, that inhale, exhale that you just took, and the other thousands of them that you took today, that you are just on autopilot taking, that's a blessing, man. And you don't think about the greatness of just having a conversation and talking and breathing. And have you ever in your life been in a situation where something happened to you and you was having problems breathing? I got the wind knocked out of me one time when I was playing football. And I had the ball And when they tackled me, the crowd of guys that were tackling me, I was on the ground in a sitting position, and they pushed me forward. And when they pushed me forward, it was like, ugh. And for a few seconds, I couldn't breathe. They knocked the wind out of me. And it's not too many more scarier things in the world than when you are trying to draw a breath and you can't, ain't nothing happening. So fast forward, seeing people in hospitals or seeing people in their homes that are on breathing machines, or to be in a situation where you may be in public and somebody they can't breathe. Breathing is pretty essential to living. It's pretty important. It's just up there. You don't breathe, you leave. You will leave if you fail to breathe. But we don't think about that just when the breathing is fine. Okay, I'm good. I'm just breathing. You don't even realize that you're breathing. You don't even think. We don't count our breaths. We don't go 1, 2, yeah, man. 3, yeah. Let me get a number 5, 4, with cheese. Put cheese on it. 7. Hey, we don't do that. We just naturally breathe. We naturally see. For those of us who have sight, physical sight, we naturally hear. For those of us who hearing is right. But if something happens and you lose your sight, you lose your hearing, I don't care if it's temporary. Something happens and you can't walk no more. I got homies who been paralyzed. They can't walk no more. And they used to could walk. So the things that we don't really put much thought into become magnified only when we lose the ability to do those things. It's gratitude. And one of the biggest mistakes that we make is when we are in a sound state of mind. We have a sound physical state. We find physically, man, I can get up and walk to the store if I want to. I can get up and go to work and go work out and take a drive around the neighborhood. I can do all these things. You can throw a football with your son. You can do all these different things. And the biggest mistake that we make is when one of life's problems come to us and we start acting like it's just the worst thing in the world. Like we've been done so wrong because you hit a little bump in the road, a bump that you are mentally able to think through or physically able to work through, and or both. And we get caught up in it. Man, I can't believe, man, these people are there. And you playing victim, or you taking on a victim role because you're not being conscious and aware of your blessings, of the gratitude that you should have. See, gratitude is having the understanding that I have the actual ability to fix my problem. Not just the problem itself. It's like, man, yeah, this is messed up what I'm going through, but I'm going to thank God anyway because I got the ability to fix it. And some people don't. Some people can't get out the bed and handle it. Some people are bedridden, and then you come tell them, hey, man, your son just got into a bad situation, man. And they can't get up and help them. They got to lay there and worry because they messed up. They in a bad way. They in bad shape. So even in the midst of a struggle, one of the first thoughts should be, well, God, I need you to help me get out of this, but I'm thankful that I have the wherewithal to be able to formulate a plan, not to cry and whine about it. Or if I do cry and whine about it, cry and whine about it while you're working on it. I don't like to see people crying and complaining, not literally crying, just whining and complaining. But if I'm going to accept whining and complaining, I can accept it if you're complaining while you working on it. We cannot count. You say, I say, count your blessings. Can't do it. You can't do it. It's impossible. Because every breath is a blessing. Every eye blink is a blessing. How many times a day you think you blink your eyes? Somebody Google how many times a day a human being blinks their eyes. And you don't know, you don't even realize you're doing it. We don't even realize the reason why we blink. But it has a purpose. I looked it up one time. I said, why do we blink? This type of stuff that goes through my mind. I don't know about y'all, but in my little weird way, those have always been the types of questions to go through my mind. And a lot of times, I'm grateful for Google because a lot of times in a younger age, I may not want to ask that question because people think you weird or, it's like, that's a dumb question. But I'm like, why do we blink? What's the purpose of blinking? But it has a purpose. $1,080 times a day. Is that what you put in OG Critic? See, how people like to say it's levels. People are, man, it's levels to this, man. It's levels. Bro, it's levels to these struggles. It's levels to life circumstances. It's levels. So if you are on a level that is far, you going through some things. Yeah, but it's everyday stuff that a lot of people can say they're going through. But if you can look down, if you can look below your level, you can actually go here and go, man, it's messed up down there. Man, he got it bad down there. If you're able to do that, thank God for it. Because that could be you down there on that level. And what you going through, somebody's looking up like, man, I wish I was in your position. You ever had a conversation with people where you venting out your problems, your homeboys or somebody? It could be a total stranger. And you tell them something about what you got going on. And they say, man, I'll trade places with you in a minute. Then when they tell you what they got going on, you're like, oh, yeah, you're right. And a person of humility would say, you know what? That is a sign to me that I shouldn't even be complaining no more. But we lose ourselves in the midst of our own prosperity. In our times and stretches of prosperity, we lose our humility. We lose our concern and compassion for other people. That's why we so fly. That's why we act funny and talk down to people when they are in positions of service or something like that. It's like you get a valet your key, hey man, yeah, hey man, don't scratch my car, man. You at the restaurant, look, make sure that my steak is prepared with the, you talking down, you have risen above people to where you feel that you are on this social pedestal that allows you or affords you the opportunity or the right, I should say, to look down and talk to people a certain way. You've lost yourself. You don't have the humility to look at a person who may be lower in status than you, but you still give them the respect they deserve as a person, being always conscious that no matter where I am today, I'm not guaranteed to be there tomorrow. I could fall off tomorrow. So you move with a certain spirit as a reminder to yourself, I'm not going to treat people that way because I'm in the middle of a blessed life right now. Even if it ain't just perfect, but I got to ride this wave if I want to have any chance of keeping what I have. To be blessed is a test. I tell y'all this all the time, man. God will give you something just to see how you gonna act when he give it to you. How many people you seen, you hear stories about people become famous and then they head gets swole. They not the same. They don't act the same. They treat people different. They look down on people. They think they're better than people. Get some shout outs real quick. Dougie Doug, what's up, DJ Rec? Appreciate you, Doug. Thank you for the birthday love. Just the love, period, man. Doug, you always looking out for your homie, man. Brandon, what's up, Brandon? Thank you also, Brandon. Man, I appreciate the love all over the years, man. You as well, man. Ain't no me without y'all. Ain't no me without y'all, man. So the process of reciprocation is something that I try my best to work. I try to work that process. So in doing that, I try to make sure that whatever it is y'all tell me about me, that y'all love about me, I want to always remind y'all that you are the other half of that. I'm just one half of it. Because if I give it, I give it. So we talk about music, that's what I do. If I give it, I can do that, I can give it, but I can't force y'all to receive it. I can't force you to like it. So if you do receive it and you like it, now you've given me that energy back. We playing ping pong now. Now it's my turn. Give you something else. Give it back. So we're in a partnership. Always remember that. However many people that rock with me, Lion Zion, appreciate that, man. You are the man. You are the man, Lion Zion. Appreciate that. And I always think about what Minister Farrakhan said as it relates to us having birthdays. When you have a birthday, you should give your mother the credit. You should honor your mother. She did all the work. And even after carrying you and delivering you and going through that pain and that process, she was the first everything you ever known. And she was your foundation that shaped you, reared you, nursed you, fed you, taught you. That's mama. So the birthday should be just as much about mother as it is about you. But you know how we are. Look, we so fly now, we don't even do birthdays. We do birthday weeks. Yeah, this is my birthday week. We turning up all week. I've heard people, we turning up all month. People ain't satisfied with one day no more. People, y'all need the whole month. I need the whole month to celebrate mine. Gratitude, man. I see all of y'all. I'm grateful for y'all, man. Bro, do you know how hard it is in general? Do you know how hard it is to build a fan base in music, in the music industry? It's very difficult, man. And the reason why it's so difficult is because, especially in 2023 and in recent years, it's because there's so much competition. And when I say competition, I don't necessarily mean great music, even though that is what I mean. There's a lot of great artists that y'all have to choose from, that the fan base has to choose from. But the competition also comes in the form of just the numbers themselves. It's so many people doing music now. So many people rapping now, right? So many people rapping. So even whether they good or not, they could be great all the way down to trash. That's still a lot that you have to compete with to muscle your way in, to get in to where you can show yourself to people, and hopefully they'll take to what you do. Right? See? So that alone is competitive, because if an artist, if you got a bunch of artists that's putting out bad music, right? 10 artists got a trash CD, but you're number 11 and you got a great, your music is great, right? By the time the people have received 7, 8, 9 trash songs, and oh man, hey man, check me out, check me out, check me out. When they get to the good guy, they may not even give you a chance because they are so beat down and tired of hearing, oh man, oh no, man, get away from me, I don't want to hear it. So it's competitive. So to have whatever you have, to gain whatever you gain, whatever your fan base is, whatever your numbers consist of, whatever your number is, that's a blessing. And you have to appreciate the people, because the people have a lot to choose from, and it's stressful on the fans. They're like, man, man, it's too much, bro. I hear people say all the time, man, it's just too much out here right now. So I try to teach fans, hey, look, man, simplify your listening options by breaking it down. What do I like? What type of stuff I like? I'm not finna go all over the place, be haywire. I'm gonna lock in on what I like and try to find artists that line up with that. Don't drive yourself crazy out here trying to listen to 8,000 rap records a day. Be grateful, man. Be thankful for what you got, man. That job you get up and say, man, I hate this job. Yeah, you should hate it. Because you should be trying to figure out how to transition out of it. But in the meantime, there's somebody that would love to have that job you got. And if that job is sustaining you right now, until you can break free and do your own thing, hey man, ride it out. Because we need lights. We need lights, gas, phones, food, internet, cable. These are the necessities of life in 2023. That's what we need. Hey man, I'm seeing all the love y'all sending your big brother. I appreciate that, man. Apocalyptic Minister, man, happy belated to you, family. And some people don't celebrate anymore. You know, it's like, or they celebrate in silence. You know, celebrate in silence. You know, some people see, and I'm gonna tell you like this. This is a fact because I'm in this category. Some people, the older they get, they just become more reflective. When you get older, you just start reflecting. You start thinking like, man, I've been through some stuff, man. Like, man, I've had some amazing moments. You start reflecting. And reflection should be the gateway, the door. Reflection should be the door to gratitude. Because when you reflect, you start flashing back. You start thinking like I say, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And where does the gratitude come from? The gratitude comes from when you process the good, the bad, and the ugly. You go, yeah, but I'm still here. So I still have a purpose. I'm still here. Reflection is the doorway to gratitude, man. Think back. Every person you knew that had a hand in shaping you and making you into whatever it is of good that you are, even some of the bad stuff. You think back about, see, all y'all who like to holler about how much of an introvert you are and how, man, I'm just isolated, man. I don't do people. You was a lie. And you may not do people as much as we do, but you can't survive if you don't do people. We are a sociable species. We were created and made and built like that. People might get on your nerves. They get on my nerves sometimes. I get on people's nerves sometimes. I'm not acting like I'm just the model citizen. But somebody had a hand in your development, a good hand, or maybe a bad hand, but I'm focusing on the good. I'm dwelling on the good. When you reflect on that, you want to give people credit as much as possible. Practice giving people credit for whatever role they had in making you better. Don't act like everything you do is just in and of yourself. Like, oh man, I just had this natural gift and I was able to. Nah, man, somebody told you that. You saw somebody doing that and you got inspiration from it. Give credit where it's due. Release that off of you. Because if somebody's having a conversation with you and they're complimenting you on something that you did, or how great you are, but in that aspect, well, I'm great at this because I met a guy 15 years ago that told me this, that, and the other. And then I changed and I started doing what that guy said. And now give man his credit. Hey, man, I met this dude, man. His name was Old Man Joe. Whatever his name was. The comic book, yeah, the comic book is getting ready to drop, Doug. We just sent, I think, yeah, it's already in the mix. You know, it's matter of fact, y'all can order. People can order it from the site too. It's already available. It's only 50 copies being made. So if y'all hadn't ordered the comic book, I'll be sure to put the information up. Any game is a fair game. Tie me up and drop me in a live volcano from an airplane. That was me. I forgot what song I said that on. Spikey says, you know the system is rigged against God's people when the person who created the song Perfect World is nah. Hey, look, man. You just gave me credit. You just gave me credit. I appreciate it, man. Look, man. I learned a long time ago, y'all. It took me a while to figure it out, but I learned a long time ago that I, myself, as an artist, even as a person, but as an artist, I'm not for everybody. There is a sector of musical society. They just not gonna be into what I do for multiple reasons. I'm not the dude that's gonna make dance music. It's not my thing, man. Not gonna hear my music in the clubs like that. Not gonna have that club song that everybody. That's just, I'm not on that. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, man, you can do it, do it. If one of my songs ever became that, then it would just happen to be that way. It wouldn't be because I set out to make a club song. But also content-wise, I understand sometimes people say, well, man, you should be up there. You should be. I'm not gonna be up there because I write raps against up there. I speak against the foul activities that take place up there. And the people who built and established the up there. So it's a conflict. You wouldn't let nobody live in your house that talks about your daddy all the time. He's just steady talking about your daddy, but he trying to move in your house, going in on your mama. But you gonna let him live in your house? Nah. So I learned a long time ago who I was, and I learned what my lane would be in this game, and I'm cool with it because I believe in my heart that I'm on the right side of this thing. Now, people can agree or disagree on that. We can debate it, or you can take me to task on it, however, whatever you want to do. But I believe I'm on the right side of this in terms of my viewpoints against this establishment. That I'm gonna always go in on. Always. It's never gonna be a record that comes out. It's never gonna be an album where I don't go in on them some kind of way. Because they need to be went in on. But I don't seek no favors from them. I don't seek no, ain't got to throw me no bone. I try to gravitate towards the people. Fender G, what's up, man? I try to gravitate towards the people who receive my message, who take in my message. Say, Fender, send me an email. I need to holler at you about something. That's my email address, Fender G. Hey, Fender, email me your number. Email me your number, Fender. I'm gonna hit you when I get off of here. I gotta holler at you. Couple of things. Hold on, man. Let me catch up, man. Let me catch up with y'all. Christian Ibarra, what's up, my brother? Jovan says adulting isn't easy. Ding, ding, ding. You just won a prize. You know what? That's the first thing you find out when you become an adult. The first thing you find out when you become a grown person is that being a grown person ain't easy. So, in the words of the late, great Bob Barker, who just passed away about a week ago, from The Price is Right, come on down. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. It's called being an adult for a reason. Grown folks for a reason. You ain't a baby no more. It's time to get out and get it. You got to go get it and come home with it. Bust it down and split it. That's what grown folks go get it, come home with it, and then they bust it down and split it. That's our life. So welcome. Welcome, nephew. That's an old comment. Let me catch up, man. Let me catch up. I'm going to catch up like I work for Heinz. I know that was corny. Big Ock, I appreciate the love, man. South Bronx, the South Bronx. Appreciate the love, Big Ock. New York in the building. Lulu H. What's up, Lulu? Thank you for the love, Lulu. Appreciate that a lot. And Gavin Shaolin 808. Thank you so much, Gavin Shaolin 808. Salute to you. Big time salute. Thank you for the love as well. Sonic 61. You say you got my book? Appreciate that, Sonic. Which one? Which one you got, Sonic? I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna stay caught up, man. I wanted to go back. I'm reading y'all's comments, y'all. So say something good and I'll read it. Big Ox said it's weird. Everybody that's an adult wants to be a kid and kids rush to be. Well, see, here's the difference. That's a deep comment, bro. Because it's true. See, when you're young, you think you want to be grown up because you feel like as a grown up, man, I can do whatever I want to do. You don't like people telling you what to do. And I can't wait till I'm grown, get out my mama house. I can't wait. I don't like folks telling me what to do. Not realizing that when you're grown, people still gonna tell you what to do. And the stakes are higher because you got a boss at work telling you what to do, or else if you don't do what he tell you to do, then what's gonna happen? So the pressure and that type of responsibility makes a grown person say, boy, I just remember, boy, I love to be 13 again, young blood. Because of the responsibility. See, the adult knows, the adult been where the child been. The child is thinking on something that he ready to rush into the unknown because he's looking at one side of it. Yeah, man. Chris Park, I see you up in this thing. Nocturnal Tunes. Michelle Woods up in this thing. Brother Chris. Peace, Brother Chris. How you feeling, family member? Oklahoma in the building. Indigenous man, thank you so much. Ooh. Jesus said you can't make it into the kingdom if you can't humble yourself as a child. Yeah, see, as soon as we get some stuff, as soon as we start to accumulate some stuff, or start to kind of get in what we believe in control, and man, I got a little clout. I got a little weight behind me. I got a little status. Soon as we start to get that, like I said earlier, it's bloop, it's a little switch that clicks on in some of our minds that are not able to handle just a little bit of juice. You just got a little bit of juice and you losing it. See? The way you know how a man's heart is set up is if you can look at a man who has a lot of material success or um, fame or whatever, if you can look at that person and they're still humble, they still have a genuine love and appreciation for people. They don't look down on people. They don't mistreat people. They don't um, place themselves above people. When they still got that spirit, and you say, man, this man is super successful, but he still takes time to talk to the people or congregate with the people, or help those less fortunate. And he never reacts to somebody as if they are less. Reminds me of Minister Farrakhan. Different type of person built like that. Big Ox says, that reminds me of D.L. Hughley. He said, ain't nobody telling me what to do. Now he in jail where yeah. See, I didn't think about jail. See, majority of people that's locked up, they adults. And they are adults they are grown people that have people telling them when to go to sleep, lights out, when it's time to get up, go eat. You have no say so about what it is that you eat. You eat what's there. Eat whatever you eat, what's there. We'll let you know when you can go out on the yard. Come on, man. Shower time. So, depending on your circumstance, you never get out of position where somebody is telling you what, not telling you what to do. Even in um, positive things in life. If you become a member of an organization, there are people that are the heads of the organization. There are people in charge. There's different levels of hierarchy. So you can't humble yourself. If somebody says, "Hey, man, we clean up trash," you take it. You get all that trash from over there, and you go, "You put me on the trash for, man. I ain't coming to put." Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Let It Alone said, let's get K 2 trillion likes. Yeah, that'll be great. Let's go for it. Can we get to 2 trillion? Let's get to 2 trillion, man. I'm with you. Think big. Think big, man. What's up, CDL? Think big, man. I'm talking to y'all. Think big. Stop being conditioned to believe that that's only so far that you can go. But yet you have an infinite mind. The range of your mind is infinite in capacity. It's no limitations to where your thoughts can go. Ideas, thoughts. There's no limitation to that. Yet we place them on ourselves. Yeah, man, Bob Barker was 99. I was like, man, Bob, you could have stretched it one more year and get to them 3 digits, man. One more year. Come on, Bob. But look, man, 99, you can't argue with 99, bro. It's like when people are facing jail time. It's like the opposite. They say, look, man, you don't want to take this thing to trial. They're offering you 7 years. But if you take it to trial, it's a toss-up. You might get 60. So, oh, man, we're going to sign for the 7. You take your chances with the 7. But in reverse in life, it's like, hey, man, look, you could take your chances with the unknown, or we will guarantee you that you're going to live at least to be 99. A lot of people were like, I'm going to sign for that 99. But one thing we got to always remember, as it is in most things in life, it's not always about quantity. We talked about this last time, but we were talking about music. We talked about quantity versus quality, or the meshing of the two. In life, it's not always about quantity. You want quantity. You want to be in this thing as long as you can. But you also want to make sure that your quality of life is as best it can be. Because there are a lot of people who've lived a long life and are living a long life currently, but they're sick. So they're suffering. So the quality of life is not there. So even though, well, he's 83, but he's been sick and messed up since he was 59 or 60, and he just messed up. So he's miserable every day. His quality of life just sucks. So be very careful with that. That don't mean you want to check out early either. You don't want to be 26. But in some cases, there are people who have lived more in 30 or 40 years than people that live to be 80 and 90. And it's not always because of health reasons. It's sometimes because of people having the fear of stepping outside the box and living life and taking a chance to be greater compared to somebody who was younger than them and just they had, hey man, I'm gonna go for it, win or lose. And then boom, it worked. And now their life is exploding in a good way because they took the chance, and you around here still, granddaddy, how come you never? Gotta take chances, man. Phantom Face, ain't nothing wrong with thinking highly of yourself. You said a little too highly of yourself. Just you gotta keep it in check. You gotta harness it. I'm gonna give you an example. Where my athletes at, especially in basketball, right? In basketball, you have people who are like super athletic. Guys can jump out the gym. Dude jump 40-inch, 45-inch vertical, just can take a cord off the top of the backboard. He jumps so high. But he knows how high he jumps. He knows he can jump, go through the legs, bam, do all that. All them dunk contest dunks. But in the game, you can't just be jumping all every play, just flying, just jumping for no reason. Dude come by and head fake you, jump. You got to know how to control or be selective when you use those power jumps. And even when you jump, you got to know, okay, I don't have to just jump that high right now. I can kind of just, this jump might get me in trouble. But he knows what he's capable of. So if you think highly of yourself, that's cool. Just harness it. Control your jumps. Don't let arrogance and ego take you over to where you just above everybody. Miami. When you write a song called If I Had and Fix It. Yeah, man. Okay, yeah. That's two of my favorites, man. Especially Fix It. Fix It don't get no love, man. If I Had, when I dropped that, a lot of people they were showing love, but people don't mention Fix It a lot. So I appreciate that, man. Yeah. Nocturnal says, I sometimes wonder what my pop's dreams were. Never spoke. He's stuck on work for a living. Certain things aren't real jobs. Man, I'm going to be honest. Like I said, I don't know your dad, but what I do know about people is that sometimes when people are young, when we young, a lot of us feel like, man, we can conquer the world. We feel like we feel like Superman, Superwoman, right? Nothing that we can't do. But if you start hitting a few little bumps in the road along the way, you fail this time, you get rejected this time, didn't go through this time. So sooner or later, those hits start to take a toll on your mental, and doubt can creep in. You start wondering, man, can I really do it? Is this really possible? Man, am I as good as I thought I was? So as you get older, some people will just lock into the mindset of, well, you know what, man, my window's closed, man. This is my life now, man. I'm just gonna get up, go to work. So, but they never lose that resentment. They never lose that frustration of not being able to carry their dream, and it sits with them and bothers them so much that they don't even want to talk about it. So now, like you say, you look at your dad like, man, I just wonder what he wanted to be, and I'm sure it was something, but maybe, I'm just speculating because I don't know, but maybe he just reached a point where it's like, and it is what it is at this point. And it's sad, I don't like, see, one of the worst things that I hate, not hate the person, but this quality, this character trait, is somebody who quick to give up, or quick to give up soon as stuff go wrong, or things don't go perfect. Like we are foolish enough to think that anything that we set out to do is just going to be smooth. It's going to be a smooth ride. Ooh, I'm going to start rapping. I'll be a billionaire like Kanye in 2 weeks. No. Isha, what's up, Isha? Hey, man, look. The new episode of Underground Dialogue Podcast is up now. I put it up around midnight. It's the local business spotlight. So y'all go check out the homie Rocco and my homegirl Lexi promoting their businesses and doing their thing. That new episode is up now. So when we get off here, y'all go check it out. But last night, y'all see Isha K in this chat. She came on last night. She was on the show last night. I got my business cards now. I think I'm live now, boy. I got business cards. Business cards been out for 8,000 years. I think I'm special because I got some cards now. But Isha came on last night. We had a cool discussion about the struggles of relationships over 40. People get how hard it is to date over 40, but we got into all kind of different stuff. We was all over the place, y'all. So that episode will be out next week. So y'all make sure y'all check it out. Isha K is in the building. We appreciate you for coming through last night too. So man, at the end of the day, I don't like people who give up. And I sure don't like people who have the talent and the skill and the ability and they give up. Because it's a waste. You wasting God-given ability. God didn't give you a talent to just quit. Just waste it. Throw it to the side. See, so we talk about birthdays and all that. Y'all showing me love and it's much appreciated. But think about your own birthday, right? No, I take that back. Think about somebody you love and you care about and it's their birthday, right? And you say, hey man, I'm gonna go get this person a gift. Because I love this person, I care about them, I'm gonna go get them a gift for their birthday. And then you give them that gift and they go, just throw it to the side. Or they just set it down like, oh man, or show disappointment of what you got them. How would that make you feel? You took the time out. You thought about them and say, you know, what would they like? I know I'm gonna get this. You burned gas and went to wherever you went to buy it. You know, you wrapped it up. You did all this stuff, and then they just dismissed your gift like that. So how you think the creator feels when he gives everybody a gift? Everybody has a gift. He gives everybody. He don't leave us out here just stuck with no means to take care of ourselves. He gives everybody a gift. So when we give up and quit, or we abuse our gift, we either abuse our gift or we misuse our gift or we don't utilize it at all. So now the law of abuse, misuse, and no use kicks in. And they say you don't use it, you what? So how you think the creator feels, man, when he just gives you a gift and you just waste it? Same thing. Same way you would feel. Man, I paid $200 for this, man, and you don't want it? It's an ungrateful child. You are an ungrateful child, man. A lot of people can't even find their gift. They don't even know what it is they're good at. It's something, though. They want to find it. And you know what you're good at and don't even want to do it. And mad when people try to push you to do it. Fool, this your ticket. It's your way out. Jay Keezy, Jordan King says, God provides the pieces. It's up to us to put together the puzzle. Come on, man. But you know what happens, JK? We get intimidated by the puzzle pieces. Oh, man, it's a jigsaw. This thing got 1,000 pieces. You scatter all them puzzle pieces on, bro, you scatter all those puzzle pieces on the floor, and then immediately you get intimidated. Oh, man, I ain't going to be able to put this together. But if you try, if you just start. Anytime I put a puzzle together, I would just start. It's like, but then you get a corner, you start to see it come together. Now your whole spirit, your whole demeanor changes because now you see And now the pieces start to become less. Now you like, shh, man, I got it. But if you don't even try, you get intimidated by the look before you even start. Great point, JK. Come on, man. That's our problem. That's an analogy for our life as a whole. We look at something that really we could actually do, and we look at it like it's a mountain in front of us. They say success lives on the other side of fear. Fear is a monster. We all drag sometime nocturnal. We all drag. But one of the biggest blessings to have in life, if you have it, and if you don't have it, pray for it. One of the biggest blessings is to have that one person that puts you back on track. A person that can tell you when you're slipping. A person that can tell you when you're falling off or when you're becoming a certain way. They can say, hey, man, you need to get together, dude. That person don't care about hurting your feelings. That person don't care about how you receive it. That person care about you. That's why they said it. And that's why they said it the way that they said it. And you should be grateful to have somebody like, not somebody that's saying something to you, talking to you in a demeaning way, like they trying to put you down or disrespect you. But if they got to say it to you in a way to make you understand, to snap you back into reality, snap you out of feeling sorry for yourself, which is one of our biggest character flaws that we have as people. We feel sorry for ourselves. And while you feeling sorry for yourself, guess who's at the pity party? Nobody but you. You the only one there. You the only one there. Because nobody care. We all got problems. Got time to baby you. Tell you just like I'm telling you now, hey man, you better get together, bro. Losing ain't an option. Man, I mean, I don't understand why every time I try, man, shut up. I would hear all that. Y'all like, what kind of friend are you? I'm a good friend, bro. I got a song where I say, I'm going to tell you what you need to know, not what you want to hear. I don't remember the rest of it, but trust me, I got a song that says it. And as a man or a woman, a real man and a real woman will embrace honest critiques, honest statements. Did we talk about that last night, Isha? We talked about that last night, man. You gotta want it. You gotta want to. You gotta want to open your vest up and say, "All right, man, don't hit me with it. Come on, man, get it out the way, get it over with, man." We used to play this dumb game when we was growing up called chess. We used to play chess, not chess, not CHESS, not the board game where you move the queen and chest. We used to play chest and we used to play arm. How many of y'all played arm and chest growing up? Y'all know I ain't the only one that growed up in the hood, man. And when you played chest, or when you played Arm, the object of this game, depending on which one you was playing, I prefer Arm because I ain't got much chess. But if you was playing chess, y'all taking turns hitting each other in the chest, taking turns hitting each other on the arm. These are the games we used to make up when we was young and play. This was like fun entertainment. Like hit this dude in the arm and the chest hard as you can. But the reason why I'm saying that is because the analogy is when it's time to take turns playing, you're not necessarily playing chess. Somebody hitting you in your chest, they're actually hitting you in your mind with maybe a hard truth. Come on, Marty. Come on, Marty. You from the dead end. You from my hood. I know you done played chess and arm and all that before. I know you have. You know you. That's why you laughing. You know what I'm talking about. Apocalyptic myth. You know what I'm talking about. Cave you in. That's right, man. You got to follow the rules, bro. Especially if you already got your lick. Sussy Baka says, who made this game up? I have no idea, man. I don't know who made it up, but clearly, with all of the co-signers getting in the chat, it's universal. Boys is playing chess on the East Coast and Arm on the West Coast, down South, Midwest. Young people just busting each other in the chest and in the arm. Jordan King said, we played BB. If you said anywhere with a B, you got hit. Yeah, we call that spike. We used to call that spike. And it was usually the letter B. So if you said any word that started with B, if you say, boy, it's hot out here, everybody just started to bing, to start stinging you, boy, until you say spike. You got to say spike to make them stop. Yeah, we call that spike. Incredible games, wonderful games, y'all. Y'all don't know nothing about this, man. But the point is, you got to open your mind up for people to tell you those hard truths if you want to get better, you want to be better. See? Come on, man. I ain't gonna tell y'all what Isha said last night. I'm gonna let y'all watch the episode when it come out, cause she's the one who broke that down. Like, man, come on, man. Wisdom, man. Look, sometimes them games did turn. Sometimes arm and chest did turn in the face. Somebody got mad. Somebody get mad, man. All right, let me get rid of this clown real quick, man. You're in the wrong place to come in here. Hold on, let me talk about you before you go. I don't want you to leave before I talk about you. Miserable people, they really have a sad existence. They really have a sad life, man. You have nothing else better to do with your time than to just bounce around and troll, and you are a miserable person, man. And whatever the source of your misery is, it's possible that I can look at the source of your misery and say, okay, well, you know what? I see why this dude is a stark raving idiot. I can see that. I can understand it. However, it does not take away the fact that you are possibly a grown adult. And y'all know how I do when trolls come in the chat. The first thing I do is, the first thought that comes to my mind is the fact that I'm amazed that this is a grown man or woman. Never no women. I don't get any women trolls. It's always some dude. This is a grown man. which means he's at least 20, but I'm not going to bring him down. I'm assuming he's mid 20, 30, 40. If you are a grown man and you bouncing from websites and chat rooms and playing little silly games and trolling, like that speaks to that miserable existence that you live. Because what happens when you put up a trolling post as a grown man? Are you at home after you post it? Are you at home going laughing and like it's like you accomplished something? Hey man, I'm just gonna be honest, man. It's kind of sad. It's sad. These kind of people are sad. I would advise you, if you can, because you may not be able to, you may not need to, go try to find your woman, man. I mean, may already have one. She may be throwed off like you are. But go find your woman, man. See if you can find you a good woman that can possibly settle you down and mature you, make you understand. I say, baby, why are you? She peek in the room. What are you doing? I'm trolling this guy on it. Like what? A grown woman gonna say, you doing what? Why? He gonna be like, I don't know, I just am. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Okay, now I can eliminate him. Big Ock, appreciate the love. Hold on for to read your comment as soon as I get rid of this buffoon. Hold on, real quick. All right. There we go. Poof, pow. All right. Big Ox says we had this game in PJs called corners. Everybody jump to a corner. Whoever is in the middle gets beat until the elevator stops. Whoo. How do you end up in the middle? Oh, you gotta not be the last one. You gotta hurry up and get to the corner, and you're safe. And you found outside that corner, it's like musical chairs, except you getting beat up. We call it musical hands, musical fists. But focus, man, on gratitude, y'all. Focus on gratitude. And focus on I don't want to use the word microcosm, because the little things that I mentioned early are actually big. So they are individual components that comprise a whole, a totality. They compose a macrocosm of who you are, physically and mentally. Be grateful for all of that, man. The mind sends signals, the brain sends signals to the body, to different parts of the body that allow us to do the millions and millions of things a day that we do without even giving it any conscious thought. Thought is the initiator of any action. But conscious thought, where we consciously say, hey, I'm going to pick up this drink and drink it. That's something you consciously, actively done. But like we spoke about earlier, the blinking of your eyes, you ain't consciously going blink, 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 blink again. You're not doing that. You're just doing it. But that's the power of the mind. That's how great the mind is. That's why when we quit or when we doubt ourselves, we are actually belittling the greatness of our own infinite mind. Because the mind does things that we don't even know that it do. You go to sleep and have dreams. You could be taken away and travel and go places, and it's real, and it's like, man, that was more than a dream. Your mind is active and moving. You don't consciously instruct your hair to grow back when you cut it. You don't sit around one day after you've go to the barber shop, and then 3 days later you look in the mirror and say, okay, hair, start growing back. It grows back. But the mind initiates that. Nothing is done without that thought process. Come on, man. We be shortchanging ourselves and our abilities, man. We are only tapped in, so the scientists say, to only a small percentage of our brain usage. Let's focus on trying to elevate ourselves to be greater spiritual and mental beings, to utilize the greatness of our mind. But see, we cloud our mind. We bury the greatness under the BS. Because we eat bad, we like to get high and do drugs, and we like to lose ourselves in fleshly pleasures, which are natural. But the misuse of anything, even something natural, can mess you up. Sister asked a great question. How do we unlock it? Several ways. First thing you do, you pray for the ability to unlock it. You pray for the knowledge of knowing how to unlock it. But there are other things you can do as well. You can block your energy. You can block negative energy. You cannot allow yourself to consume and digest negativity. So somebody come to you and start want to talk about somebody else behind their back. Let me tell you, man, let me tell you what such did. I don't want to hear that, bro. Don't put that in me. Don't deposit that in me. I'm blocking. I'm Wonder Woman. I'm blocking all that. Secondly, you have to consciously change the way you think. You have to consciously change the way you think about other people, even people you don't really rock with like that. I'm not going to sit around thinking about how much I don't like you. Just going to move away. I'm going to fast. I'm going to change my my diet, my physical diet. I was speaking about a mental diet, but I'm going to stop eating foods that suppress my ability to get to my higher mind. I'm going to stop eating that pig. I'm going to stop drinking that alcohol. I'm going to stop snorting that cocaine and doing that dope and smoking that janky weed that's out there now. That makes me a lesser version of myself. I'm going to be observant to the forces and the power of nature, things that I don't pay attention to. I'm going to look at how the bees and the ants move and how they operate in an organized, unified fashion, and they are successful in how they move and don't even have a brain. The ant ain't even got a brain, but they are more unified than the people who God created as his best creation, who are reflections of him, and we around here crazy as all our does. We don't study. We don't read. We don't do none of that. These are the things. That's just baby stuff. The stuff I'm saying is baby stuff. See, we have to elevate ourselves into a godly state. Come on, man. Is that Dumatru tutor that makes me cry? Don't cry, dry your eye. All right, man. I'm reading what y'all talking about. Hey, man, y'all drop y'all locations. Let me know where y'all at so I can shout y'all out. I can shout y'all out. Francisco Ruiz, thank you, man. Salute to you. I appreciate that. Feels good to be 28, man. Just playing. Y'all know I ain't 28. Y'all know I ain't 28. Y'all know I'm 27. Jermaine Jenkins, I appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Mr. Mob Type says, seek it. 3, energetic. Manifest the energy. Ooh, come on now. I'm going backwards. I'm all over the place, man. I'm all over the place, man. D. Reed says, I don't celebrate B-Days, but I got to tell my favorite. Yeah, I mean, I spoke about this earlier. I don't want to go backwards, but it's not about the day, man. It's about the days leading up to the day. Because you got to live out the other 364 that precedes the 365th. That happens to be the anniversary of the day you was born. The appreciation is for the journey getting to the day. Then you thank God for the day. You think about those who did not see their next one. And you have gratitude. That's why I started the title of this live as gratitude. It's first. The so-called little things. So it's not about celebrating, but you celebrate the blessing that God saw fit to let you behold his creation. He let you see all this. And if we have the mind to observe and gain appreciation for it, you're like, oh man, it's amazing. Man, look at that cloud. Man, look at that tree. It's the littlest things, man. But life gets in the way. So we don't always have the time. We feel like we don't have time to just stop and just observe the greatness of creation. And if you do that, it'll mess your head up. No matter what it is, you find something in everything. A storm, a hurricane. It's like nobody wants to see a hurricane, but when you see it, when they show it on it, it's like, that's amazing. It's like, you have to give it credit. Like, maybe I'm the weird one, man. I don't know. Y'all might be like, what this fool talking about? But I know it's a handful. There's a chosen few people on here that get where I'm coming from. We might be the minority. See? I'm going backwards, man. Let me shout y'all out real quick. Gavin Shaolin, thank you for the love once again, man. Salute to you and everything that you do. Hold on, let me go back and give y'all these shout outs real quick, man. Try to get everybody. Big Ock is in the South Bronx. Andres M, San Antonio. I know what a great Phantom Face final is out there in Ohio. I'm not 23, I'm 27. Nocturnal, Virginia. Enoch Visions in Pasadena, California. Dirty South, Texas. Okay, where you at? My bad. Cedar is in Dallas, Georgia. Left It Alone show in Arkansas. Apocalyptic Minister in Kansas City. Hey man, what's up? What's up with my home? What's up with your boys last night? I ain't really worried for y'all because that was just, a little fluky, little loss. But hey man, y'all supposed to beat them at home. OG Critic. What's SM Texas? What SM? What is that? San Marcos? What is that? What's SM? 3 Energetic is in Twin Falls, Idaho. Appreciate you. Make my boys heard then, man. Do your thing. Brandon out there in Wisconsin. Brandon been rocking with me for a long time. I'm going to say that every time I see him on there. Jermaine Jenkins is from Louisiana, living in Indiana. From one Anna to another Anna. Mr. Mob Type in Seattle, Washington. Raised in Memphis, Arkansas. Phantom Face in Columbus. Did I skip something? Higher Heights, much love to you, man. Salute. Yes, sir. No more shout outs. Where y'all at, man? Oh, yeah, San Marcos. Okay, cool. Chris Parker, Virginia. KSUE is in Temple, Texas. Yeah, man. Number love. All right. Again, the latest episode of the podcast is up. Thank you, KS. God is great. Y'all go check out the latest episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast where the name speaks for itself. And I feel like I'm forgetting something. I can't remember. All right, man. I'll let y'all make it, man. I got work to do. Peace.